Yes. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Barnsley preview for game at Old Trafford in Carabao Cup, a tournament Ten Hag has won before, and I'm sure he ain't going to go too light in his selection headed into this one. Is this an opportunity, Sam, for fringe players potentially?
I would like it to be. It should be. Whether it is or not, we know what Ten Hag's like with rotation. He's not a big fan of it, is he?
No. I'm looking forward to it because of that. Well, not because of what you just said, but if he does rotate, that's a point of interest for me. Now, obviously, Barnsley isn't the blockbuster game that everyone's going to be. You've got Champions League on a Tuesday night. You've got some mega games in there. But if you're obviously a pure United fan, potentially having or seeing someone like a Toby Collier and getting a bit more game time to witness them and properly assess them rather than pre-season in a competitive fixture will be nice. But just on United and kind of winning momentum at the moment, we've got a decent run of games now. Barnsley are 7th in League One. How strong or weak should we go in this? If you're, let's say, put yourself in the dressing room and you're the coach.
I don't think it's a trophy we should be prioritizing. I think we've won it with Ten Hag. It was a nice little thing to sort of solidify him as manager. But our focus should be league position and potentially Europa League. They should be the two we're going after. I think we know Ten Hag doesn't like to rotate. We know he doesn't like to change things too much unless he's forced to with injuries and stuff. But we saw the amount of injuries we had last season. I think it would be prudent of him to rotate in these sort of games where you're against a lower league opposition. I think they got battered by Stevenage at the weekend as well. So they're not in great form. Obviously, coming to Old Trafford, every team turns into Champions League finalists when they come to Old Trafford for some reason. So I would use it as an opportunity to give fringe players, to give youth players, that sort of stuff. And I would love to see players, like you said, Collier, maybe a Harry Amas, Bayindir, people like that who've not had much opportunity yet in this season. I would love to see that. And I think it's a low stakes game. And I don't think too many people, obviously the media will go mad if we go out to Barnsley. They'll go, Ten Hag's this, blah, 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 and everything. But to be honest, I don't think many fans would be that arsed. I don't think they'd be that bothered.
Well, I'd love to gauge the reaction of everyone in the chat who's watching this, or even if you're watching this later on. Let us know your thoughts on the Carabao Cup in general and this game. If you're looking forward to seeing certain individuals and who those individuals are. Just sticking with the individuals for the meantime. Ugarte, Sam. Should it be the bedding in process with him in this game? Because you think, I know it's Barnsley. Yeah. Usually, if they've had a run of games and they've played a decent chunk, then you would probably rest someone like him for this. But because he's only had, 15 minutes or something against Southampton, would you use this as that kind of platform to get used to the team, maybe?
Why not give him 50, 60 minutes? Give him like just under an hour, see what he's got. With it less demand, at home, more familiar, comfortable environment against a team that's not going to push you too much like a Premier League team would. It's a good then after 60 minutes, say we're 2-0 up or we're cruising, they can bring him off, bring on the likes of a Toby Collier, or if he's starting, bring on a fringe player, or bring on a youth player, somebody else who's in that sort of setup that you can sort of blood in. So why not start him? Give him an opportunity, see what he's got, see if get some minutes in his leg, get the fitness. Obviously, he's not played since like June or July, and then obviously didn't play anything with PSG and he's only done basic training. So yeah, why not use it? I'd love to see him start, and I think it's a low pressure game for him to sort of get his feet, get used to being at Old Trafford, getting used to his teammates again. Nice easy game for him, I think.
Yeah, and then we can make like 2-3 minute clips and show the world how good he is. And look how good he is against Barnsley. He's amazing.
Destroy Barnsley. Absolutely destroy Barnsley.
What a player. Unbelievable talent. The disappointing thing is about this. Now, when we do these previews, we'll do a section on United, we'll do a section on the away team, we'll do quick fires, key players, etc. Right? And when I was doing the United section before and I was looking into like updates around the game, because obviously it's quite a quick turnaround, I was looking at Højlund and Shaw because I thought potentially could get 10, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be ready for the game. So, yeah, they're not available. And the weird thing is, the quote from Ten Hag was Højlund, Mount and Shaw should be ready within a few weeks or maybe within the next weeks. So I don't know if he's tying Højlund and Shaw's recovery time in with Mount's, because Mount was it 4 to 5 weeks, was it, when he picked up that injury?
They never said what Shaw's were though, did they? They just said after the international break, and now it's after the international break. He's still not fit. So
Yeah. So we can't discuss them. I did want to discuss the possibility of kind of giving them 20 minutes and 10 minutes or whatever.
yeah.
So maybe Amas, is that a shout, do you think?
I mean, I won't spoil my predicted 11,
Okay.
but
Okay.
he might be a part of it. He may well be a part of
Yeah.
it. I would love to see Harry Amas in there. I think he's been patient. I thought he showed some really good moments in preseason. So I thought he played decently against a couple of teams. Didn't get into the the bench or the 11 on Community Shield, but he was in the squad. And then he hasn't been on the bench as far as I remember, unless I'm misremembering correctly. Hasn't been on the bench since. So I'm hoping he gets his opportunity at some point this season, because if he's not going to get it against Barnsley, you'd hope maybe in the Europa League against like the Bodo Glints or the Bucharest team, whatever it was, maybe those guys would be think. But Barnsley, surely that's like, this is when Fergie used to sort of put people like Nick Powell and that kind of stuff, wouldn't you? That's when they would come in, and I would hope that Harry Amas got an opportunity. Like, I would hope, but I'm not 100% confident that he will.
The thing is with Ten Hag, he doesn't, does he?
No.
He's stubborn and he goes strong. And people will say, look, he's won an FA Cup and he's won a Carabao Cup. Yeah. So
unless you're like stand out like a Garnacho or a Kobe Manu, where you're undeniable and it's like, oh my god, that's the only way you sort of force your way into his team. If you're an Ethan Wheatley, if you're Harry Amas, you're Toby Collier, you get bedded in slowly. You get sporadic opportunities. We saw it with was the guy who went to Monza, Forsen. He got bit parts here, there, and everywhere. Palistri, bit parts here and everywhere. Never really got full opportunities. So I kind of expect the same, sadly and unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we've got quite a few in the chat, which is really nice to see. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the Barnsley preview. Let us know your thoughts and feelings on the game. I'm going to go through a couple of comments now. Please do smash a like on the video as well. Joshua Robinson, it'll be good to see the young lads like Collier, Wheatley, Amas and Jack Fletcher start, and maybe Bianchieri, who's been on fire for the under-18, scored 7 goals in 4 games. It would be nice, but there's no, I would put my neck on the line and say there's no way he rotates that much and puts that many youngsters in. Don't see it at all. I'd be very surprised, but I'll put my neck on the line in that and say I don't think he will, because I just know Ten Hag. Our under-21s beat them 3-2 in the EFL Trophy. Just played them. Richard Hawkins says, I think Harry Amas and Ethan Wheatley will start. I would also be keen for Altai Bayindir. Yeah, Bayindir is not someone we've touched on, to be fair.
No.
The last time we saw him was Newport in was that the FA Cup or Carabao? Can't remember.
FA Cup, I think.
It was one of the cups. Yeah. So yeah, Bayindir. Any hope for that? Or
again, my 11's just getting picked here in really. But yeah, I'd love to see him. We bought, how much did we pay for him? 20 million?
No, less. No.
Less?
It went 20 minutes. 10, roughly, I think.
10. And he's essentially not played a single minute by Newport. Yeah. It's like, well, why did we buy him instead of Kovar, who's been sitting on the bench at Bayer Leverkusen, coincidentally? Like, surely he'd been all right with just staying at Manchester and doing the same. Like, again, put him in. I'd love to see it, but whether he does or not, I'm not confident.
Yeah. Punch Paint saying Palace in 6 days has to be on our mind. We cannot let the Barnsley game have any serious impact on our squad for Eagles. Yeah, I'm sure they want to get redemption there, to be fair. Rajat says, what youth can play? I think we've kind of glossed over that. Random guy saying, I'd love to see Kone play as well. Kone is going to start, well, not start, but he's going to get some minutes. I was just reading up about that for the under-19s or under-21s. Can't remember which team it was.
Too early for him. It's too early.
Yeah. He's going to play some minutes against City. Yeah. They think. That's what I was reading before. Is it Travis Binion, the coach for them? So he should get some minutes for them.
He's just arrived from Mali like last week. It's just far too early to go, oh, by the way, lads, you're playing in the Carabao Cup in the first team. Like, far too early.
Yeah. I thought Mazraoui and Leach and Martinez was solid as well. I think that's in reference to the previous game. Just on that game, what positives can we take from that, do you think? What did we improve on, and what stood out for you? Because me and Treyas did the pros and cons this afternoon, but of course, I didn't get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think after 30 minutes, I thought we were solid. Like, first 30 minutes was obviously terrible, and same mistakes, wide open midfield. fullbacks pushing too far up spaces on the sides and just getting absolutely dominated. After that penalty save by Onana, Southampton basically didn't offer much at all. Like we kind of took over and dominated the game. I think Mazraoui, De Ligt and Leach looked fantastic. Thought absolutely solid. Really, really solid performance. De Ligt looked like it cramp, so I'm hoping he's fine. Leach apparently needs to be assessed. I saw a quote from Ten Hag, so I'm like, Jesus Christ, I
wouldn't put him in this team.
I don't put him in. No. And then Mazraoui looked like he was walking gingerly, but nobody's said anything, so I'm not sure what his status is. But yeah. And then Duarte got his cameo, which is really nice. Confidence for Onana with the penalty save. Rashford with a goal, which is doing him the world of good. Garnacho came on, scored a goal, could potentially start in this game. So lots of positives, man. Really, really enjoyed after the 30 minutes, really enjoyed that game. But we've got to keep it going, man. We've just got to keep that momentum and keep winning games, keep pushing and keep improving performances. Cannot go back to the same shit we were doing against Liverpool and Brighton against Palace. Can't be doing that.
Yeah, I'm not sure when we're going to get updates. I don't know if his post-match press after the Southampton game classes that, because sometimes when it's a quick turnaround, they don't do presses, when it's like quite a chunk of games. So I don't know if there's going to be one tomorrow where he provides. I have no idea. So maybe we'll just have to kind of piece it together ourselves at this point, which we're no stranger to. Now, just a couple of stats on the teams that are about to play. On Tuesday, the last time Barnsley beat us was in the FA Cup, 1998, 3-2. And Schmeichel, Neville, Beckham, and Andy Cole all started that game. So just a quick stat for you there. Yeah. Fun fact, Barnsley have scored 10 goals so far this season and conceded 9. Man United have scored 5 and have also conceded 5. So we're on for the same goal difference as last year, Sam, where it's equal and 0. Or did we get 1? Was it +1?
I think we got +1, and then the year before it was 0, wasn't it?
Oh, God. Jesus. And in Ten Hag's first season, of course, we won the Carabao Cup by beating Newcastle, but last season we also got knocked out by Newcastle. So, yeah.
That was a bad game.
You.
That was a bad game, that as well.
Oh, it was awful, wasn't it?
Game.
And they played their youngsters,
C
didn't
team. It was like the C team, not even a B team.
Fucking shocking, man.
Yeah, bad game.
Absolutely shocking. Right, just on Barnsley now. Obviously, me and Sam don't watch Barnsley week in, week out. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't in the chat. I mean, there's probably one person who's watched them a bit. They've had a decent start to the season, scoring a lot of goals, around 6th, 7th currently, where they finished. I think they finished 7th last season. Like to play with a back 5, keep it tight, long balls, wing backs, putting crosses into the box. The blueprint, basically, Sam 101 for lower league sides against top dogs. Adam Phillips is their top scorer with 4 so far. You said it at the start of the preview, Sam, at the very top, that these kind of teams always step up against Manchester United, as we saw with Coventry, by the way, in the FA Cup.
You remember what was the game with the handball? Who was that? You remember that?
Middlesbrough.
Game? Yeah, remember that? They just looked like they were on fire, and we were playing like absolute dog shit. And just a stupid decision, and they go through, and you're just like, right, there you go.
Yeah. So I know it's a cliche thing to say, but focus is a key thing in these kind of games.
You cannot be complacent in these games. Like, I know it's League One. I know they're like mid-table to upper mid-table. You can't take these easy, because they will come and they will snatch something and take something from you, because this is what happens in cup competitions. Giant killing is a thing for a reason, because it happens so often when a big team shows up. And I know United are not the big team they once were, because we haven't won a title in a while or big trophies. But smaller teams come and want that scalp of United. If they can say, we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford, that's what they want. That's what they live for. These lower league players and stuff, that's something they tell their grandkids about when they retire. Like, I played at Old Trafford and we beat United. Like, they're up for it. You don't need to give them anything other than any other motivation. They will be up for it. So if we don't show up and be 100%, they are very capable of winning this game easily.
I'm sure Ten Hag will be telling them the exact same thing in the dressing rooms. I mean, United players don't know that anyway. We've been knocked out to MK Dons. We mentioned the Newcastle game, and that was their like C team that we got knocked out to. Well, on a couple of occasions, there's been some shocks in there, so I won't just completely count them out. But it's a game that you think we should be winning. What do you think Barnsley will be doing on the flip side of the coin? If you're their coach, how can you hurt United? Is it an obvious one, or
snatch and grab? Innit? Everybody knows how United play. We're going to push up. We're going to try and hit you with the fullbacks like up high. The midfield's going to be open. Push like into those wide spaces, because you'll have space, because Dallo or whoever it is will be all the way up there. long ball over the top into either one of those sides, and then balls into the box. Nice
Yeah.
and easy, and you see what you can get, and then make use of your set pieces, because we all know United are fantastic at defending set pieces. Like, we are world class at that shit. So if you get a corner, you get a free kick, use it, put some balls in, make Onana or defenders, whoever, flap if it goes into the middle of the box, and just cause chaos, and then just wait for your moment. Be patient, set up, be solid, and just wait for your moment, because there will be some moments for you. You will get opportunities against us, because we are not a solid team. We are not a confident team. And this system, whatever it is Ten Hag is trying to do, is not even halfway to working yet. So you will get opportunity.
Yeah, if I'm the Barnsley coach, I'm saying, look, I know we're a League One team, but I'll be like, Southampton got promoted from the Championship last season, and they gave him a good game. He was dominating the game for 30 minutes.
Newport scored
So,
2 against us.
Newport scored 2, yeah. So you can get at us. You just if you set us up right, then yeah. And like you said, I think the players are absolutely up for it. Who are the key ones to watch for you in this, Sam? Obviously, I think Barnsley will just say the top goal scorer, Adam Phillips, because we don't watch him. But for United, who's the one tomorrow that you on Tuesday? Sorry, that you keep an eye out for.
It depends. If they put some like fringe players on, or some youth players and stuff like that, that would be really interesting to see. So say they throw in like a Harry Amas or something like that, that'd be really interesting. Or a Toby Collier, and even Wheatley. Any of those guys, if those guys get an opportunity, I definitely want to see that. Maybe you see somebody like a Garnacho start, because he's not had that many starts yet. Maybe he gets to start up, and we rest Rashford. Maybe you get to see Anthony and in a rare opportunity and see what he can do. I doubt he'll do anything, but you never know. Yeah, those would be the people I'll look at. I'm hoping, I don't think he will, but I'm hoping he's going to rest as many as possible. Please, just rest as many as possible. Bayende, if he plays, I'd love to see that as well. Clean sheet for Bayende would be nice.
Yeah, I've got to go with Anthony when I want to watch. Not because I think he's going to score a hat trick or anything, but I just think he has to start from the very bottom now to try and work his way up into the team. And the last time we saw him do remotely anything, well, had a decent performance, if you want to call it that, was against Newport, wasn't it? So if you're going to start and have a decent cameo, I'd expect it to be him. And if he doesn't start on the right-hand side, then, my God, I don't know when he's going to get game time.
What he has to do to get in that team.
No, so I would definitely expect him, and it's a base start. Let's see how he gets on, but keep an eye on him, and keep an eye on Adam Phillips, who's got 4 goals for Barnsley at the minute. Right, I'm going to go to the comments before I dive into the quickfire to see what you guys are saying. Rajat saying, hope Eric Ten Hag will start Ugarte in the next game. Long ball over the back and score. That's from Richard. Press Man United wing backs maybe. We're not Liverpool and Man City level. And Vegaard's saying, I think we should line up like Fergie 4-4-2 with a striker and a centre forward.
Wow.
The issue is we don't have that many.
I was going to say,
unless you want to go Xerxes and Wheatley. But...
I was going to say, like, you haven't got anybody to play with Xerxes.
No. Right, let's do some quick fire questions, and I'll join in because there's 2 of us. Would you rather take top 4 or Carabao?
This season, top 4, because we've won the Carabao. I'm all right with it.
Yeah. I'd probably say that. I know it's a trophy, but I think top 4 is so important.
If it was progress. Europa League or top 4, I'd probably go Europa League.
Yeah, because obviously you get top 4 with that.
And it's a trophy. So, yeah. And it's a trophy.
2 for 1. Absolutely. What youngster should definitely get minutes, do you think?
Amas.
Yeah, because you said Amas, I'll go Collier. I like Collier.
Yeah, I'd say that as well.
Will there be more than 3 goals for us in this game?
What, will we score 3?
Score 3 or more?
No.
Okay. I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to be positive and say yeah. Give me a percentage on the odds for Barnsley to win on Tuesday.
20%.
20? That's I thought it was quite high.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say 20%. Because we don't look solid. Like, we do not look like things. So if we were looking anywhere, if we were played every single game so far, like we played that last 60 minutes against Southampton, I'd probably give him a lot less, but because we haven't.
Okay. I'll half that. I'll slash it in half. I'll say 10%. And then the last one, prediction for man of the match on Tuesday night. Please don't say our goalkeeper.
Garnacho.
Okay. I will go. You know what? I'll go Anthony. Fuck it. I'm putting a lot of faith in him here, but it is Barnsley after all, isn't it? So yeah, let's get Anthony in there. Just to the comments. Top 4 says Joshua Owen. He'd rather have that. Rajat says he wants both. A man in demand. Collier, Amas, a lot of people pushing for them. I was thinking 15-25% for Barnsley. That's from Josh. Interesting. Right, should we get into the predicted 11s then, Sam? This is the most interesting bit because I want to see the thought behind it and why you've gone for certain players. So
I've got yours on screen, so you go for yours.
Okay.
I have gone a bit wild. So
you're going a bit wild.
yeah,
right, okay.
So you go for yours first, and then I'll explain why I've thought what I've done.
Yeah, I've gone Onana just because he never rotates and does that. It's evidence. Bayern Day, one game. I'd love to see Bayern Day, but I don't think he does. Majarin Delo, because I don't see any other wing backs. I know Amas is there, but again, Ten Hag continuously says Amas isn't ready, so I don't know. I've just gone for them because this is predicted, not what I want. And then Maguire and Evans, because you definitely need to rest Sandro, and De Ligt pulled up with a bit of cramp. So I would bring them in, and they're competent enough to play together loads of games, so that's fine. Midfield, Casemiro, Mainu, and Bruno. Casemiro, I was like, will he start Ugarte? I don't know. I've just gone Casemiro because he's fresh. Mainu, Bruno. That's the only bit I'm debating. I don't want to spend ages on my team, but that's the only bit in the midfield. I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. And then the front three: Anthony, Wheatley, Garnacho. I think I put, didn't I? Yeah. So yeah, I think there's enough freshness in that front line and enough threat to get the job done against Barnsley.
Right. I'm just going to say before mine comes on, this is the team I think is going to happen. Next team, that's what I think will be the thing. Okay. However, I'm trying to put out in the universe and I'm trying to make it happen so we rotate and we give some players opportunities. So I'm just putting it out in the universe. So this is less of a predicted, more of a preferred, just because otherwise my team would be the exact same as Nick's.
Okay, cool. Let's get into it.
I've got Bayindir in net just because I would love to see the fucking guy play. Like, he's played one game for us. Just give me something. Give me a game. Like, just play him in the cups. Like, just please. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Harry Amas as well, because I think he deserves minutes. He's looked really good in pre-season. I want to see him. Maguire and Evans and Dallo, the same issue, because we haven't got another right back. Yeah. Mazraoui looked a bit gingerly, so. And Dallo played every single game for us last season, I think. So, I'll put that. And then Maguire, Evans, give Leacher and De Ligt the night off. Ugarte I put in as well. Nice low pressure game for him to come in, play some minutes, get his feet underneath him. Collier in as well, because I think he's come on as a substitute last couple of games. Deserves an opportunity. Let's give him a shot. Bruno, just because he plays every game. Doesn't matter what game it is, doesn't matter what tournament, what style of the game it is. We could play a Minnows from Conference North and Bruno would play. Yeah, it's just how it's going to be. And then my front three is the same as yours. Garnacho, Wheatley, Anthony. Anthony, just because he needs to show something. Like, if you're going to give him an opportunity, this has to be it. Wheatley, I think, deserves an opportunity, see what he's got. Keep Xerxes on the bench, so if you are struggling for a goal, you can whip him on if you want. And then Garnacho didn't get to start the last game, so I think he will start this game. This is more hoping more than anything. Let's put it that way.
And I'll just say on the flip side, on the mirror, I would like to see that team. I want to see Ugarte, I want to see Collier, but likewise. Hopefully one of us are right anyway.
Can we get a blend of the two? If we can get a blend of the two, that would be nice. Like somewhere in the middle, they'll say Collier and Bayindir get a game, or Amas and Ugarte get a game. Something like that. Just give me something different, please. Yeah. That's all I'm asking for.
Alex just said Anthony unstoppable confirmed. Yeah, you know the pictures are going to be there. You know the celebrations are going to be there if he scores. Josh Rowan saying Jorgensen scored 2 against our under-21s. He's 18, and Donovan Pines is a good centre back who scored from a set piece this season. He's just signed for them. Adam Phillips is probably their best player. So some information on Barnsley there for anyone who's after it. Richard saying, let him play in the cups and he's an international keeper. That's what I mean. Bayern Day is no scrub, is it?
No, he plays for Turkey. He's there number one.
Bizarre. Very bizarre. Stretford Gamer TV's in the chat saying, big up Reds. Excellent lineup there. I don't know if you're referring to mine or Sam's, but we'll take it. I want to see Fletcher in the starting 11 or on the subs. I think players like that will definitely get on the bench. I think it's something more I'd look towards. And Anthony's going to play a Ballon d'Or performance tomorrow, Tuesday, sorry. Yeah, probably. Right, so it's time for the almighty score prediction. You go first or me go first?
I'll go. I will say 2-0. I think it'll be comfortable-ish. I think there'll be a couple of scares, but I'll go 2-0.
Yeah, I can't see Barnsley scoring. I really, really can't. Especially if we've got experience about Maguire and Evans. I've gone 3-0, edged it up slightly, and I've gone Anthony, Garnacho, Maguire. Goal scorers.
Garnacho, Bruno. There you go.
Cool. We'll take that. A clean sheet and another win, and then you carry that momentum in it into the next couple of games, because that's what I expect. We should beat Barnsley. We've already beat Southampton. You beat 20 in the league. Palace, I think, would be a little bit of a sticky one, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So yeah, that is the end of the preview, guys. Make sure you check out the afternoon show me and Shreyas did at 12 o'clock, half 12 I think it was, where we discussed the pros and cons of the game, a bit more tactical analysis. And always nice for one of the lads to give their fresh thoughts on it as well. And we discussed the injury news with Sandro Martinez and a few others. Unless there's anything else for you, Sam, that you wanted to pick up on?
Josh Owen saying 2-0. Richard Hawkins saying 4-0. Rajat saying 2-3-0. Andy saying 5-0. Jesus Christ. You guys are positive. Lumen's put, why play Bruno? Because he plays every game. That's why. Like, I could not put him on my lineup, but it'd just be a lie, because he's going to play. No matter what, he's going to play.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, nice to see so many years for the preview, especially when it's a Barnsley one. I know, like we said, it's not a blockbuster, but a lot of decent opinions in there, and hopefully it will be a 3 or 4-0, because I think it's a long time coming in it from United scoring 3 or 4 goals in the game. We've been watching 1-0s, 2-0s, so yeah, to have 2 in succession where we have a 5-0 or a 3-0, I think
clean
that'd be
sheet
great.
as well. Clean sheet would be nice.
Don't forget, I'll be live for the watch along. It's 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. So if you lovely people would like to come and join me for that, make sure you do. Apart from that, we'll have the news shows tomorrow at 12 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And keep an eye out for any updates on the Instagram in terms of news for the Barnsley game or injuries. And check out Twitter as well for the updates on those, because it's really good. So, I think we can leave it at that. Cheers, everyone.
Peace.